Hey guys, welcome back to the ExamRevision YouTube channel. My name is Ellen and today I'm going to be talking about the best study techniques and revision techniques for the Leaving Cert and the Junior Cert and just school in general. These are some of my favourite techniques that I used during my Leaving Cert and my Junior Cert. My Leaving Cert was in 2021, so nearly 3 years ago now. I'm in my third year of university and I still use all of these techniques. So that just shows how good they are and how effective they are. I really hope this video helps you out in some way and gives you some new ideas on how you should study and some new techniques you should try out. The first technique I'm going to be talking to you about is called blurting. Blurting is basically, let's say you sit down to study a chapter in biology. Let's just say photosynthesis, for example. You can use blurting for any subject really. I'm just using this as an example. But basically when you sit down to study photosynthesis, obviously you've been taught it in class, you've probably done a couple of revision sessions of photosynthesis before. Before you open your books or your notes or anything, you get a sheet of paper and you write down everything you can remember on photosynthesis. I mean everything. Any definitions, any diagrams, anything like that, you write down everything you can remember. And then when you're done that and you can't remember anything more, you open up your notes and you see what you are missing. Obviously if it's a new enough chapter, you're only going to remember maybe a couple definitions or whatever, but then on this sheet of paper you can fill in everything that you didn't remember, and then those are the things in that chapter that you need to focus on and really try and learn and get them down. It is so helpful because I feel like if you open a chapter, you're scanning through, oh, I know that, and you just don't really know what you don't know. So it helps you highlight that. The next technique I'm going to be talking to you about is the Pomodoro Technique. I'm sure a bunch of you already know what this is. It is basically when you study for 25 minutes and you take a 5-minute break, 25 minutes, 5-minute break. I think when you do 3 or 4 25-minute sessions, then you get like a 20-minute break. But it basically just tries to keep your focus the entire time, because studies have shown like after 25 minutes of studying, your focus just deteriorates very slowly on a downward slope. It worked really well for me. It doesn't work for everyone, but you should definitely try it out. There are a ton of apps in the App Store that you can use to like keep your 25 minutes, your 5 minutes. I used one that was called Focus Keeper. I will have it linked down below. And so it's basically a timer for 25 minutes, then your 5 minutes, another 25 minutes, and then after I think 3 or 4, it will give you a 20-minute break. It knows the Pomodoro Technique, that's what the app is for. It's a great technique if you're studying something that you don't particularly like. You just find boring one day and you can say, okay, I'm going to study for, let's say, 3 25-minute sessions, and it goes by very, very quickly. But at the same time, it's keeping your focus up. You're not getting too bored. 25 minutes is not too long of a time. The next technique I'm going to be talking about is any kind of active recall method. This includes like flashcards or like mind maps. I didn't love mind maps just because I found that everything was kind of all over the place. Whether I love flashcards, we all know this, I love flashcards, I will die on using flashcards. These are just great because you can whip them out, you can whip out your mind map or your flashcards, quickly go through them, and you have 5 minutes left of your study session, go through them, read through them, and test yourself on them, especially if you use them that they have the name of the definition on the front and the actual definition on the back. You can use that just to test yourself really quickly. You can do it on the way to school, on public transport, anywhere. Even right before bed if you want to just do an extra 10 minutes, go through your flashcards or your mind maps. They are just great techniques of active recall just to keep all of that information at the front of your head. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is summarizing chapters in your own words. This was honestly such a helpful technique for me because I might not want to use the exact words that are in certain chapters and explaining how things work. I like summarizing things in my own words. It just helps me remember things a lot better because it's something that I would actually say and it's actually me explaining it. So in biology, like let's say for example, like if there's a big section that you need to remember on how something works, write it all down in your own words. You don't need to have it word for word like the ones in the books, and it will help you remember it so much better. Before I move on to the last study technique, I just want to quickly talk to you guys about the ExamRevision February crash courses. They are running from Monday the 12th of February to Friday the 17th of February. These courses are delivered by expert teachers, as in they have written some of the exams, they have been examiners, they have been correctors, all by the SEC. So they are the best of the best that you can get. You can join the live sessions or you can watch them afterwards and like play back and watch them at your own pace. And you have full access to all of their H1 and distinction standard notes. They are great courses. I will link them down below, and if you're really struggling in any particular subject, I would highly recommend them. They also have some deals if you buy multiple courses. I will just put the deals on screen right now. So you get some money off if you buy more than one course, which is great. And yeah, I will link them down below. The last technique I'm going to be talking about is teaching somebody else. I feel like everyone talks about this, not everyone does it, but honestly, it is such a lifesaver. Bringing in your mom or your dad or your sister, they won't have a clue what you're talking about, and honestly they probably don't care, but it is so helpful to just pretend you're a teacher and teach them something, because it just shows if you're able to teach someone that information, you obviously know it well enough yourself, and if they have questions you're able to answer those questions. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye!